Thanks for joining me today. For those of you I had not met yet, my name is Kimber. I am the program manager in Colorado Springs. As you get up and get your equipment out, a couple reminders. We have the Murph Challenge happening this week. You can do it over the course of the week or all at once. A lot of your on-site fitness centers are probably doing it together, so make sure you check out their schedule for that if you need accountability. I know I did. But if you need more information on that, you can check out our Slack page. And then we had our breath and stress webinar last week. Brooke presented on the effects different types of breathing can have on your body. So make sure you check out the recording on that. It was a really good and informative webinar. All right, team. We are together for 20 minutes today. We're going to do a full body strength workout. We are starting with some hip openers. So I'm going to have you shift your weight to your left leg, take your right leg, lift it up, around, and down. Pause in the back. And then reverse directions. So you're going back and taking it forward. You choose the range of motion here. If you've sat most of the day, you might feel like this joint is really tight. So just find a comfortable movement pattern. We have 3 more on this side. Try to keep your torso facing forward so that movement is happening in the hip joint. And we'll switch sides. So shift your weight to your right foot, up and around, and back center. Maybe you notice one side is a little stiffer or less mobile than the other. That's this side for me today. We got 2 more on this side. And then I want you to take it to the back of your mat, feet about as wide as your mat. We're going to hinge at our hips and walk it out. I want you to come into a full plank. You can drop your left knee if that's more helpful and help or step your right foot forward. I'm going to have you frame your front foot. So your right hand on the outside of the foot. You can either have your left knee dropped or lifted for this first part in this low lunge. Feeling that stretch in your front or the hip flexor of the back leg. Go ahead and drop that knee if it was lifted. Then I want you to sink your hips back towards your heel, straighten that right leg. And you're just going to alternate between the two. So you'll walk forward into that low lunge and then walk back into that hurdler stretch. Take it at the pace of your own breath. If you feel like one position needs a little extra love than the other, you can hold there. 1 more each variation on this side. And then you'll meet me in the center, press up on that back knee, and then step your right foot back and we'll switch. Left foot comes forward. Either keep that knee lifted or lowered. Frame the front foot. And walk it back into that hurdler stretch. Inhale forward, exhale back, pace of your own breath. Got some squats and some hinges in today's workout. So we just want to make sure our bodies are ready. That. Good work. Meet me in the center. Now have you step that left leg back and turn onto your left side. So you're going to lie all the way flat on your left side. Your left hand is in front of you. Right hand's going to come on top like you're high-fiving yourself. I want you to do your best to drop at having your hips and your knees at 90-degree angle. You're going to open up and then open the book stretch. Your arm's going to go long. I'm assuming you don't have a wall next to you. And then inhale center. So you're really trying to rotate through that torso. Got some core work happening today. Want to get our spines ready. Just 2 more on this side. And then you'll come back center. I want you to switch sides, lie on your right side. arm out, high five yourself, and then open up to that left side. Try to get your left shoulder as close as you can to the floor before you come back. Slow and steady breath. Last one. And then you'll flip over onto all fours, tuck those toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog, walk your hands in towards your feet and roll up nice and slow. While I explain our first set of exercises, I want you to grab a medium to heavy weight, hold it at your chest, and march in place, nice and slow and controlled, warming up that core even more. So we have 3 exercises in this first set. We're going 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We're going to go through it 3 times. First exercise, traditional squat. You can do this weighted or unweighted. Weights are going to be at your shoulders if you have them. Feet about shoulder width apart. We're screwing our feet in, squatting down, and coming all the way up. If that's uncomfortable to keep the weights on your shoulders, hold one at your chest. Second exercise, we've got a staggered stance. RDL. So I want 1 foot back like a kickstand, 1 foot in front. You're going to screw that foot in just like we did our squat. Hinge at your hips, paint your leg as you come down, come up, and we'll switch. So we're going to alternate as we go. Last exercise in this set, we are on our mats, on our backs, regular chest press coming up and down. I want those weights at a 45-degree angle as they come up and they're right over your chest. All right, so grab the weights you're choosing for your squats. We have 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds to transition, should be plenty. We're doing it 3 times through. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep these weights all the way through my squats after the Murph challenge today. I'm feeling it. But sometimes it feels good to flesh that out, huh? Make sure your knees are tracking those toes and your chest is lifted. We've got 10 seconds. And rest. We have 15 seconds to transition. You can always grab different weights if you need. We've got 1 foot as a kickstand. So my left foot is a kickstand to start. Right leg is in front. Weights are right in front of my hips, pack shoulders, and hinge. Take it up, and we'll switch legs. So my front leg stays a little bit more straight. My right or my kickstand leg is bent. I have very little weight on that leg. We're driving our hips back, driving them forward. Breathing as we go. I want you to inhale down, exhale up. Try to get 1 more rep in. And we're transitioning. Go ahead and come down onto your mat. Chest presses can usually take pretty good weight. We're working some pretty big muscles. So challenge yourself here. We're on our backs. In 2, 1, press, control down. So try not to let those weights control you. You want your weights over your chest, not your face, as they come up and down. Exhale as you press up. Use this movement to catch your breath. Active recovery. You're exhaling on the hardest part for you. We have less than 10 seconds. And we're done with set 1. All right, on to set 2. So we're starting in our squats with or without weight. Feet are shoulder width apart. I want you to screw those feet into the ground. Feel those muscles activate and go. I want you to really focus on the depth of your squat. So when you come down, your goal is to get those thighs as parallel to the ground as possible. If you're not there yet, that's okay, but I want you to find your greatest depth. If you have really heavy weights and you can only squat a couple inches, I want you to get your body weight squat a little deeper before you add that heavy weight. Almost there. And rest. All right, setting up for those staggered stance RDLs. I'm going to put my right foot in front. Left leg is my kickstand, so it's pretty close to that right heel. In 3, 2, 1. Feel the stretch in the hamstring as you come down, and then squeeze the glute to come up. Your back stays flat. You're aiming at like mid shin, no lower. If you go lower, you're going to have to round that spine. We don't want that pressure on the spine. 10 seconds. And rest. All right, bring it down to your mat for your chest press. Switch up your weights if you can handle heavier. In 3, 2, core engaged, and press. If you have lighter weights for yourself, your reps are going to be a little faster. If you have really heavy weights, slow those reps down. Really focus on form. Exhale as you press up. Less than 10 seconds here. Round 2 is already done. Go ahead and stand up. Third round of squats, third and final. Set those feet, screw them in, chest is lifted, and go. Last time here. As your body fatigues, refocus in on the form. If you need to reset, reset. Find that depth, challenge yourself, knowing you only have 15 seconds of squats left. Knees are tracking those toes. Rest. All right, grab those weights or switch the weights out for your RDLs. Putting my right foot in front, screwing my foot in, pack those shoulders in 3, 2, 1, hinge. These are not meant to be done fast, so I want you to control your movement. Feel the lengthening in the back of the thigh as you come down. Ten seconds. Keep your shoulders packed. We want that flat back all the way through. Rest. All right. Last time for chest press. Set yourself up. Engage the core. In 2, 1, go. Find that control in both directions. Try your best not to tap your weights at the top. It's a little rest for you at the top when you tap your weights. And I want you to work all the way through that motion. Make your breath audible. Try not to hold it. Try to get one more rep in and rest. You're welcome to stay on your mat, but sit up and grab a sip of water. I'm going to explain the next two movements, our last two. We're going to do a core set. We're going to get through this 4 times. It's just a superset, so it's just 2 movements before that sounds so scary. We're going to do 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, and that'll just be to transition. For this first one, it's called a roll-up. I'm going to give you a few options because it can be a pretty intense movement. So the first option is to do a body weight roll-up. Your arms are going to be overhead. You're going to roll all the way up to a seated position and roll all the way back down. Now the trick is I want you to do that with 0 momentum. So I don't want your legs coming off the ground to propel you up. Second option, you can do it with a weight. Overhead, lift all the way up, and come down. Sometimes resistance can be helpful, just light resistance. And then the third option, if you're you're using momentum, you're hurting your back, I want you to start seated. You're going to roll down about halfway, hold for an inhale, exhale, sit right back up. So you're still getting that core work, but you're taking some pressure off the back. That's our first exercise. Second one is a side plank hold. So again, a couple options. Bottom leg can be bent. You're going to be in this hold. Top hand is preferably off the mat, either in this full lengthened position or just on your side. And then the other option is both legs extended or stacked for that extra challenge. All right. So 13 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 4 times through because we'll just do one side of the side plank each round. All right. So you're on your back or you're seated for these roll ups or half roll downs. In 3, 2, 1, go. So I want you to be exhaling as you're rolling both directions. So pause at the bottom or top for that inhale. And then exhale, you're going to engage your core a little deeper. And you're rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Or maybe you're starting seated. Arms can be in front. You're rolling halfway, pausing, and sitting back up. I promise, go ahead and rest. You will still feel that work. All right, we're on our right side to start for our side planks. Elbow is underneath that shoulder. We're packing the shoulder blade like we're sliding into our back pocket and lift. Lifting through the hips. So squeeze that right glute. Open through the chest. Option to keep that bottom knee bent or extend it out. And we're holding. Breathing as we hold, like always. Squeeze those glutes, really open the hips to the front. You're almost there. Rest. All right, back to our roll-ups, and then we'll do our left side for round 2. Set it up. In 3, 2, 1, go. If you have that weight, you're not going all the way to the ground. When it comes overhead, you're going to do, it's a lat pullover. So you really want your lats, that side body muscle, to hold the weight. Slow and controlled. Challenge that core and rest. All right, left side. Knee bent or straight. In 3, 2, lift up and hold. Try to keep that top arm off the mat because we don't want to be rounded in the spine. We want to be lifted. So it can be on your side or lifted in the air. Packing the shoulder. Glutes are engaged. Core is strong. 10 seconds. Time flies when you're having fun. Rest. All right. Round 3, we only have 2 more rounds left. You're halfway. Roll down. Legs out. In 3, 2, 1, go. Keep control of that movement, with or without a weight. As little momentum as possible here. One more rep if you can, and then rest. Right side. We're almost there. Elbow underneath the shoulder, pack the shoulder blade in 3, 2, 1, go. Squeeze the glutes. Even though your knee or your feet and your shoulder have the point of contact with the mat, your hips and core have a lot to do with that lift. And seconds. You're so close. Rest. All right, last roll up. Lying flat on your mat or sitting tall, but either way, your legs are straight. In 2, 1, go. Really focus on setting your vertebrae down one at a time. Creating that space between the vertebrae that our spine usually doesn't get during the day. And rest. All right, left side, side plank. Last 30 seconds of work. In 3, 2, 1, go. Breathing as you hold. I know you're tired. Last 20 seconds of work. And you're done with your Wednesday strength workout. We're all shaking together. Almost there. And rest. Amazing job. Go ahead and stand up. I took you a little over because we fit a lot in today. So if you have to jump, feel free. I'm just going to cool us down a little second. So if you can hang on, please do. But your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. I just want you to inhale, bend the knees, reach high, try to expand that rib cage. Exhale, let that air out. Again, inhale, bend the knees. Thanks, Daniel. Reach high. Exhale, release. Last one. And let it go. Thank you for joining me today and sticking with me. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you back here next week.
Thanks, Kimberly.